A really cool thing you can do with pins is you can actually have parts of your model, which of course you know becomes a mesh when you add pins, go in front of or behind other parts. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my pin tool, and I'm going to quickly drop down a few pins to demonstrate this for you. So I'm going to grab the head of the rhino, and I'm going to simply move it to see that it actually, and yes, his head is hurting when he's doing this, by the way, but he does yoga, so don't worry about him. You see it crosses over his leg. What if I could show you how to make his head go behind the leg? So what we have to do is invoke a different tool that lives in the pin category. It's the Puppet Overlap tool. Now, what this tool will allow us to do is I'm going to click on the head area, and you see that we have these white polygons or triangles that show up. If I continue to click, I can add to this selection like so, and I can just keep going. So I'm going to undo a couple times just to get back to the head area. And maybe I'll add some of this up here. The white that we see here tells us that the mesh is going to go in front of things. Let me go ahead and just move this over a little bit. And if you look up here, it says in front. So I can take this slider here and I can go into the negative numbers, and look what happens. Slowly but surely, the mesh starts to turn black. And I'm going to grab the other tool again, the Puppet Pin tool, and I'm going to click and look at the horn now. The horn was the part of the head that turned black, and notice the face goes in front of the hoof, but the horn that was black, that goes behind the hoof. So what can you do with this feature? Well, you could have a character reach behind himself to maybe scratch his back or to pull something out of his back pocket. Or you can have, you know, things vanishing behind other things, like a character's cape, for example. So you can do stuff like that. So there's a lot of functionality there. So don't forget, you have to just go to the different tool here, the Puppet Overlap tool, and you can change the color of the overlap just by going to in front or in back and just going ahead and scrubbing to change the color. Once you're done and you want to animate again or move it, just return to the Puppet tool, and then you can go ahead and manipulate your object.